Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. Yeah, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Halal, Yasharala out there. Yeah. For you, those of you who don't know, halal means praises, man, in Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew. And Yasharala means Israel, man. I'm learning. I'm keeping up on my Hebrew, man. I just printed out this little sheet. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'll show y'all in the light, one day. But I'm trying to study up on that, y'all, and get that down packed, man. Just for the purposes of edification, man. I always want to grow in knowledge and wisdom about our truth, Which brings me to today, man. I know one of my past videos I talked about weed smoking, and how it's not gonna be entered into the base kingdom, man. Let alone the kingdom when Yahweh Shah get back, man. Yeah, man. I just feel like I need to go into depth on that, man. I know some people out there that need it for health reasons and medical reasons and all that stuff. And I want to enlighten y'all on something, man. I want to enlighten y'all on something. So let's go ahead and hit these scriptures, man. And just to let y'all know, the scriptures, it doesn't say anything about smoking weed, man, bringing it in the kingdom and smoking it up, man. It's just polluting the land, man. And people don't want to smell that all day long. They don't want to smell that crap, and I'm gonna explain, man. Don't be mad at me, y'all, for weed smokers out there. Don't be mad at me. I used to be one myself, but let me explain. Weed, man. First I'm gonna hit these scriptures, man. Let's get some precepts. And I know y'all gonna call me out. Oh, well, we seen you drinking in some of your videos, man. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. That was given permission to us to do that, man. We can do that. And Most High doesn't see anything wrong with that, in this day and age too. But let's further ado, let's go ahead and get some precepts for that, man. Let's go to Deuteronomy 14 and 22. Thou shalt truly type all the increase of thy seed, that the field bringeth forth year by year. And thou shalt eat before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose to place his name there, the tithe of the corn, of the wine, and of the oil, and the firstlings of the herds, and the flocks, that thou mayest learn to fear the Lord thy God always. Yeah, so we had a feast, a year unto the Lord every year, So that's what that's talking about right there. But let's read verse 24 and so on. And if the way be too long for thee, so thou art not able to carry it, talking about all the stuff, the food and stuff that they had to carry, or if the place be too far from thee, which the Lord thy God shall choose to set his name there, when the Lord thy God have blessed thee, then shalt thou return it into money. So it's basically saying you can sell some of your goods if it's too heavy for you, sell some. And then look what it says. And bind up the money in thy hand, means keep it, and shall go unto the place which the Lord thy God shall choose. So you sell your stuff and you keep the money that you earn from it. You don't have to carry all that heavy stuff, to the meeting. This was back then in the old days, Old Testament and stuff like that. Verse 26, and thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever thou soul lustest after. So it's saying you can use it forever what your soul lusts after. You can buy something that pleases you, with that money. It's okay. And here's the things. For oxen or for sheep. Listen up, y'all. Or for wine. Or for, listen up, here's the meat. Strong drink. Which means we can drink. As long as it ain't drunkenness and I ain't slopping and drinking and drunk as hell on this video while I'm teaching, it's okay, man. We can drink. We can drink strong drink. We drink wine. As long as you don't, put that before the Most High or Yahweh Shah, as long as you don't, get too carried away with it and your lust, you can drink. It's okay. That's what they did back in the day. It's for us to drink, right? Let's read it, start from the top again. And thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever the soul lusts after. And this was through the old law, man. For oxen, or for sheep, or for wine, or for strong drink. But look at this. Or for whatsoever thy soul desire. And thou shalt eat there before the Lord thy God. And thou shalt rejoice, thou in thy household, right? So, you see right there that we can drink strong drink and we can drink wine. It's something that didn't say. It didn't say we can smoke weed. Now, just give me a minute to explain, y'all. Just give me a minute to explain because, the land we're going into, this base kingdom is holy land, man. And we got to be prepared to be without spot or wrinkle from with the Most High Son come back, man. We got to be prepared, right? We got to be sober, and vigilant and sharp and on the point, Drinking, you can drink. As long as you don't get carried away with it, and out in public, just drunk as hell, right? But the weed smoking, man, smoking up, puffing all that shit in the air, eyes glossed up, you're never gonna get as high as the Most High with doing drugs, man. You're not, man. You're not. But with that being said, it's holy ground that we're going to, man. Which means the curses are gonna be flipped. They're not gonna be on us, man. We're not gonna inherit the curses no more. And let me just give me a second to explain. Let's go to I want to name off some of the curses that we have, and then some of the curses that are slowly going away, where they're going away now. Shit, that's how the curses are leaving, man, because we came into this truth. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and let's start in verse 15. Let's start in verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of thy Lord thy God, the Most High, to observe, to do all the commandments and his statutes which I command thee to this day, that all the curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now these are some of the curses. I'm going to just name some of them off, and then I'm going to show y'all the difference of today. Verse 16, cursed shall be thou and be in the city, and cursed shall be thou be in the field, right? Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. That's why we always broke and stuff like that. Cursed shall be, but that's, trust me, that's, the curses are flipping, man. You gotta have faith. 17, the majority of our population, we the base people, man. We don't make as much money, right? Verse 17, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Verse 18, cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thy kin, and the flocks of thy sheep. So, we ain't gonna have as much materials as other people do, Our kids, we see our kids day in, day out, in these street activities, gang activities, getting murdered, killed, so that's dealing with that, the increase of thy kin. we're not gonna be able to see our children, grow up, and that's what is happening now, But that's for the 2/3. The 1/3, 144,000. Them curses are gonna stop, man. Once we get in our base kingdom, man, ain't gonna be none of that shit no more, man. And actually, I want to get a preset for that. Verse 18. Let's go to Psalms. Is it Psalms? I think it's Psalms 91:5. I'm gonna just get a preset for that real quick. Psalms 91:5. Psalms 91:5. Okay, so this 91:5 is gonna cover some of the other curses that I'm gonna read on in Deuteronomy 28. So it's gonna cover more than one curse, I believe. So let's read Psalms 91:5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. See, our kids out here getting killed in the street. We ain't gonna be afraid of that no more. And he promised he's gonna take away that curses from us. Nor for the arrow that flies by day. We ain't gonna be afraid of no guns, no missiles, no war, no rumors of war, none of that shit. We're gonna be safe. We're gonna be dwelling safe. He's gonna take the curses away. That's why we know the holy land is wherever we go, wherever we dwell, because it says we'll dwell in the midst of the forest before we get to the kingdom, Jerusalem, where Yahweh Shai, when he come back, he gonna take us, right? Forest is a metaphor for Gentiles and heathens and all that stuff. We're gonna be in the mix of them, but we're gonna be protected until Yahweh Shai get here, right? Verse 6. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Now the pestilence, that's got to deal with this coat. See, I almost said it. They got keywords and shit on here, but it's dealing with the blueprint. Hold on, the Ruffles chip. As Brother Matthias would say. The blueprint, the assassination that people was getting. We protected from that, man. We not getting that shit, and we not getting sick. We protected. I don't know about y'all, but we ain't getting sick. You gotta have faith, man. Have faith. Faith has everything to do with our immortal bodies, man, too, man. It says the faith of a grain of mustard seed can move a mountain. If y'all believe y'all incorruptible and y'all ain't gonna die, man, through the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man, he's going to stand on his word, man. You just gotta have faith in both of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Faith has everything to do with it, man. If you ain't got faith, you ain't fit for this truth. You might as well just leave now. You feel me? You might as well just leave. So yeah, like I said, these curses are being changed, man. This is gonna be holy ground. Now, I'm gonna get to the point. Pestilence and shit, man. We're gonna be protected from that, right? We're gonna be protected. So let's go back to Deuteronomy. Let's go back to Deuteronomy. Where was we at? 18. Cursed shall be thy fruit of the body, and the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thy kin. See, but we just read in Psalms that we ain't gotta worry about no arrow to fly by night. We ain't gotta worry about getting killed and stuff like that. And the flocks of thy sheep, right? Look, verse 19. Cursed shall be thou be when thou comest in. Cursed shall be when thou comest out, when thou goest out. Right? The Lord shall send upon the cursing of vexation, rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do. That's why we can't never get nothing right. That's why it's always something fucking up. He getting the uttermost farthering out of us now, man. That's why a little miscellaneous shit should be happening in our lives. But don't worry, it's coming to an end, man. He's just getting the uttermost farthering out of us right now. Until thou be destroyed and until thou perish. All that. This is referring back, throughout time, man. Look, we being put into captivity after captivity, slavery, and all that shit, right? Let's go ahead and finish that passage, verse 20. We're in Deuteronomy 20, and we finished some passage we had quickly. so quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. Verse 21: The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, and until he have consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. Right? So I already talked about the pestilence. In Psalms. It says we ain't got to worry about the pestilence. We ain't gonna get sick like that, clinging to us, man. I already read that in Psalms 91:5. If y'all want to go back there. Verse 22: The Lord shall smite thee with consumption and with a fever. I already talked about that. And with inflammation and with extreme burning and with the sword and with the blasting and with the mildew, and with they shall perish until thou perish. Salat. And they shall pursue thee until thy perish. So with the sword, with diseases and all that, we always getting killed in the street, like I said before. But the curses are flipping. Actually, let's go ahead. Well, let's read verse 23 real quick. And they in thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. So 60% of Hispanics and Negroes, Judea, are in prisons, man. We're make the majority of the people that are in prison, man. But that's, like I said, all the curses are coming to the end. People waking up in this truth. We coming out of whatever we was in, right? Let's go ahead and get a precept real quick. Let's get a precept. Oh, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and go to Jeremiah 30, and we're going to start in verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Thus spoken the Lord, the Most High of Israel, saying, Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. That book is written for now, and I'm approving to you. Verse 30, Salat 30:3, Jeremiah 30:3. For lo, the days come, future prophetic. It means it didn't happen yet either. Because watch this. Saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judea. That captivity is down. He brought us again to Egypt with ships, That's why Egypt is set for a bondage. And it's a metaphor for bondage, because we was in Egypt the first time we was in bondage. And then let's finish that passage. Saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land, and that I had gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. Right? That hasn't happened yet. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judea. Israel is the northern kingdom. Judea is the southern, right? But we got brought back together, through the Yahweh Shah. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling and of fear and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man do a travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness, right? Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. It hasn't came yet, man. It's coming. It's up on the horizon. But he shall be safe out of it, right? Who is he? Israel. We all should be saved out of it. The 1/3, 144,000. Verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. I'm going to read that one more time. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break the yoke from off thy neck. He's going to break the yoke off our neck. That's how you know the curses are going to be dropped. It says it clearly right there. Let's read verse 8 again. Jeremiah 30:8. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck. That means all our curses will be done with. Once we get to this base kingdom, man, we ain't gonna have no more curses on us, man. It's gonna be holy land, man. And we'll burst. That's where we'll receive our spiritual power at 144,000 men, you know, right? And I will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, right? That's coming. Verse 9, but they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them, right? This is how you know it's not talking about that back then, because during the time this was written, David was dead, right? He was dead. So he's going to raise him up. That means the time is now, because we already know who King David is. He already raised him up to us, right? Which is my teacher, Brother Matthias, man. You know? He already raises him up to us, man. Right? So we know what time we in. You know, we know that the Holy Land that we're going to, man, is going to be the Holy Land, man. And you know that because there ain't going to be no curses there, right? So let's go ahead and get a couple more precepts, right? Let's get a couple more precepts, and then we're going to go ahead and cap this off. Now, let's go to Zechariah 12, and let's start in verse 2. Behold, I will make Jerusalem. Listen up. Actually, yeah, let's start in verse 2. This is how you know the curses are switching, right? Actually, we in Zechariah 12, right? I want you guys to go back to Deuteronomy 28, because I need to show y'all something. Deuteronomy 28, right? I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and 28 and let's read from 24. Deuteronomy 28:24. The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From the heavens shall it come upon thee until thou be destroyed. Right? Verse 25. Listen up to this one, listen up to this one, y'all. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies, killed. Right? Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them. Right? Right? Alright, hold on, y'all. Technical difficulties right now. Technical difficulties. Hang on with me, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Alright. So, now I can see. So yeah, we were in Deuteronomy 28 and 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. It means we're going to be oppressed, man. We're going to be getting killed in front of our enemies and all that stuff in a weak state, right? So, why does it say this?